Rare that you see these three picks actually on the same team in the Lulu, the Sejuani, and the Kog'Maw.
And some of it is Broxah playing his own style. His picks so far this tournament have been Elise, Lee Sin, okay, one Sejuani game, but now the Rek'Sai. He's only played one Cinderhold champion so far the entire tournament, or at least in the group stage, I should say, in the main phase here. So he's playing to his style. They're going to get the Cinder the mid lane, more early pressure.
But I'm getting a bit giddy because, you know, when you think of League catch-all turns, Juggermore became one of them. It was actually Prey and Gorilla that developed Juggermore on the Rocks Tigers now many years ago. So seeing Lulu Cock, always the core tenet of that particular combination, makes you smile. It may not have been 2017 success on the Lulu, but anytime you give resources to Prey, this guy's God.
And I wonder if this is the moment where we see another team try and speed up the game. Longzhu was speed running Worlds, but they have been doing it against other teams that are playing slowly. And here, they have what you would look at as a slow composition. But you have Rek'Sai on one side, you have Syndra on one side. They can pick an aggressive support and even counterpick the top lane and really try and go for an early game strategy.
And I was actually talking to some of you analysts about how would they approach red side, and they were honestly saying more of the counterpick for Cap story rather than necessarily picking for Soaz. But Soaz often finds himself in those tricky matchups, giving him the counterpick to at least pick a safe tank matchup.
Ooh, Sona gonna come through, super good laner for sure. She's so gankable.
Oh yes.
But the landing phase is great.
Incredibly gankable, can do a bunch of damage in lane, and can also be very good late game. And we were talking about
That's more like
who else we would see for Ardent Censor if too many supports started seeing banned. Sona was in that conversation. And will we see Khan's Jace?
I think it's likely. It's the sort of pick that basically wins every tank matchup. It will be locked in. This guy solo brought up the world top lane Jace win rate by a massive amount. He went on a huge tear, 10-1, 11-1. This guy is excellent at Jace. And now suddenly the counter pick, finding a pick that's in Soaz's wheelhouse that does well against Jace, that's pretty tricky.
Well, he's going to go for the Renekton onto this one. He is French after all. Renekton is basically their home champion in this case. That or Fiora, if you know the reference, of course. But that's interesting. A blind Jace is still a bit interesting. It is
Grom Sejuani gank, but the ward has spotted them out. They at least see him coming mid. Caps is looking for a counter gank.
Two stun to BDD. The flash knock-up is there. Do they have the damage up? But he's down. Summoners already. One more shot. I'll do him in, and first blood comes through to Broxah. Trade kill, of course, coming across now, and Caps has to run away from Cuz. Red buff is on, though.
He can kill him.
Yeah, he's got cleanse, but no flash, so we can get away from the stun. He's going to have to burn that here. Gets away.
Make sure he cleanses before the explosion happens. Any flash when Cuz did arrive. Since he did have the vision advantage, they never really waited for a counter gank. They just went for the quick gank on a BDD. It did get them first blood, but it did trade a kill back.
See what this looks like now as we're seeing Khan play aggressively, push Soaz around the map. He's got a 3-farm lead right now. Not a ton of turret damage, but he will at least deny some of the gold here from this Renekton. Check in more as time goes on. You're seeing, the gold only 90.
Fast trade like Sona wants to, because your AD carry doesn't have summoners.
See the two coming in. They want to fight Cuz. He's got that shield at the very beginning. Now they're going to knock that one down. The first damage could be there. Trying away and going to stay alive. And here comes Khan. He wants the kill, but I'm not going to come through for Broxah. Only to buy some time. He's still brought the wrong side. Yeah, a flash makes through. He has no way out now. So has flashes, but they're already out of range. Khan gets away with it. +1 kill to Longzhu.
Yeah, Khan well ahead of that play on the roam, even though Broxah was in fog. Guess has had his flash, but not for long.
A straight up 2-on-2 kill. Of course, the gank burned the summoners, but now the repeat fight is there.
That was actually a big mistake from Fnatic's bot lane. They didn't respect the level 6 being hit by Gorilla. It meant that Prey could go wild running in because they would have had the health advantage. So 2v2. Unfortunately, that kind of piles onto what is suddenly a bit of a Longzhu advantage.
Yeah, if you're wondering about mentality and tilt as well, those are the killers in these games where you're using your flashes and still falling down. This is a play Fnatic was trying to set up. They have the tremor sense for Cousin BDD, but they don't track the Jace until it's too late. The fight has already started. Not to mention it's incredibly difficult to burst to Sejuani thanks to the pass.
And you mentioned the flash. It was smart because at this point, Longzhu knows Soaz is coming. The follow is going to path through from the Void Assault, from the Rek'Sai ultimate. They know he'll be there. We move to bottom lane, and unfortunately, Jazz has walked up too far.
And I think it was also a smart move by Longzhu right there, hiding in the brush, knowing they're both level 6, and actually freezing.
Oddly late game, but it's certainly a pretty decent move right here. Nice stun going to land. They're going to look for the follow-through on a Cuz. Will be coming across. Almost going down. Somebody heal comes through from BDD to keep him alive. And now in the back line, so is here. Look for the knock. Look for the stuns. He's going to try to cut away because the damage output is in. And Prey going to knock him down. And here comes the next one. Jess is likely to fall as well. BDD grabbing himself another one. His first kill of the game. 5-1 now for Longzhu.
Longzhu able to answer that spell of Fnatic aggression. by having just enough tankiness on all their members right there. We talked about how they have that bruiser level tankiness, and then Fnatic just overdove. They were trying to make 2 plays at once rather than just focusing on Cuz.
And we need to see the replay to know exactly how much information they had about where Prey was on the map. He was in position. If it was a 5v3, certainly you could follow through. But by the time we saw Prey on our screens, Fnatic had gone too far. They felt too hopped up after some nice decision-making and some nice objective trading in the previous moments. The mid lane still stays short. So for now, the next step of the plan.
Throw it down.
Extra TP in, no stun though. He might have to cancel. No, he does not cancel.
Prey's he's going to time out. There's going to be the crescendo landing to have the burst damage. Not just yet. The flash forward. They're going to knock down Jess. The Soda is gone, and the chase through going to be easy on a Reckless. The double kills. The bot lane is dead, and Caps might be next on the chopping block. Can they get the attacks in? Almost. The flash screw is going to keep him alive, but a 2 for 0 easily. Longshu to look at the next objective.
And this is what great teams do. They realize the Renekton's behind us. No one is going to walk up. Let's move forward. We don't have to worry about peeling back. They did not have Khan there. It did not matter. And now they turn on to Baron.
And I think that play displayed the difference in the coordination level of these 2 teams. The Sona ultimate not being followed up on, the teleport.
Be careful, he's got to respect this one. Getting shot at, Khan really wants his battle. So as running out of health, Pop's going to look for the trade, but here comes Redemption. It's going to be the kill. Coming through, Khan gets the credit anyway, and it did land in time, so Gorilla gets the assist.
So much coordination by Longzhu there. Redemption is not global. Longzhu pulled back, catching the minion wave in the process to speed it up with Baron to be in range for that redemption and secure Khan's kill.
And you know the comms were, I'm going to fight him from Khan, and Gorilla saying, I'll throw a redemption. Playing around that particular theater of battle, the redemption area works a treat for Khan, guarantees the kill as they keep the pressure up mid lane.
And that's going to be the turret falling right now. Backdoor bonus not required.
To be up. Will they try and go
Prey?
Oh, good blast. Gets away from the crescendo, and a big stun coming to the front line as well. Reckless a bit in danger. Here comes the knockup. They want that fight. They get Prey. That's the most important kill. Now in the 5v4, is there more to be had? So as force back. Not quite the kill for Brox with the flash forward. Reckless gets another one. This time it works out for him. Instead of being a betrayal, 4v3 in this one. Fnatic 4 now have to kite back. Reckless and Co have to wait this out and give away the inhibitor.
Prey had the smooth moves in the front line, but did not have the rest of his team there. Notice, however, they may trade down in kills. They do cement the mid lane inhibitor, certainly to deal with, and Longzhu playing around topside, because if they get topside control, they can always fall back to Baron.
And to top it all off, it's a double Mountain Drake to threaten the Baron with. So Fnatic, if they want to go, actually needs to go now before Khan gets in turret range, because as soon as they start teleporting Saw's off the side.
Looking for it. They get the knock up on the Prey. QSS is there. He's going to cleanse, not even yet for a while, but he's got the shields. He's got to stay alive. No kill to be had. And the front line going to be opened up on the Caps. Gets the first kill. He's on a spree for himself. Reckless stops to grab the red buff. His ulti is now down.
Pretty healthy.
Comes across into 2. Looking for Khan. He's going to kite away. Stays up for now.
Prey.
Prey. Hurricane on. He wants them all. He's got one so far. Jess is next up for the block. The flash forward. A double kill so far for Prey. Third one on the meter. Looking for Caps. It's going to be BDD chasing him down. Gets revenge for the laning phase of Prey. Can't quite kite it away, but 2 kills for Soaz. Might have bought enough time. Broxa staying alive, but here comes Khan. He wants this one. Does the damage exist? He's got ulti. This could be a kill for Broxa. Gets knocked back. Pops the ult. Does he have the damage? No, he doesn't. The ace comes through. 2 members alive. With the inhibitor dead, this could be the game closing.
How much can they close? That fight was actually so close. Fnatic initiated exactly when they had to, but then Prey waited out all of the CC before unleashing.
And you see why teams don't take this approach. The fights with Jace are oh so hard, but one great fight. Vintage Prey frontlining on the Cogmore, in and out, will win Longzhu the game.
Looks like a 32-minute victory. Still going to be a pretty fast one for Worlds 2017 standards. 4-0, the record for Longzhu. Not secure top 8 yet, but dangerously close.
Yeah, 11.5 minutes slower than the last time they played Fnatic, but still substantially faster than the group stage average. Longzhu take the fight and take it home.
What did we say as this game was opening up? We said with the win of the Gigabyte Marines, this was not do or die for Fnatic when it comes to victory. But I would say it was do or die for Fnatic in terms of showing character, in terms of persevering through a very difficult game. They did not win, but they did not